Army chief lands in Imo says troops must redouble efforts against Ipob members. The Chief of Army Staff, Major General Farouk Yahaya, on Wednesday visited Owerri, Imo State, saying he came from an on-the-spot assessment of the security situation of the state. Yahaya, who met with troops of 34 Brigade in Obinze Barracks, Owerri, urged them to be dogged and decisive against Ipob, which he said was disturbing the peace of the state. According to a release by the Director, Army Public Relations Brigadier General Onyema Onwachukwu, the Army Chief lauded the resilience of troops of 34 Brigade and operatives of other security agencies in turning the tide of the recent spate of insecurity that resulted from the criminal activities of the proscribed group Ipob in Imo State. Be careful, because if you don't give proof, we can also hold responsible for forwarding or for spreading false rumors. He said General Yahaya made the commendation today at Obinze Barracks, Owerri, Imo State, while addressing the troops during his maiden operational visit to headquarters 34 Brigade. He told the troops that his visit was informed by the need to have an on-the-spot assessment of the security situation in the state. The COS expressed delight on the success so far by the troops and urged them to redouble their efforts. I mean, I think what's just really sad at this point is, it's just, personally, I just see it as an excuse to just infiltrate the state and unnecessarily pushing a lot of military. I mean, there are so many things going on. I mean, there are so many patterns that, suggest a lot of rumors going on, especially one of ethnic cleansing. Let me even clear what ethnic cleansing is if you don't know what that, because it's do you know what, listen, it's a very big accusation, but again, is it unlikely? Again, I'm saying this as my opinion because I don't have facts to prove this, but because of the patterns that I'm seeing so far, because the patterns are not replicated in other states that have even worse security problems. So ethnic cleansing is a mass expulsion of killing of members of one ethnic or religious group in an area by those of another. That's basically what it is. By using force or intimidation. But then ethnic cleansing can be very much, overt, like bait, like in your face evident, and very much more subtle or covert at times. And it's not really hard to it's hard to notice, but it's just very true. It's too specific. It is too, I mean, I think the news the other day, I think it was an estate in Enugu where an inspector literally goes into homes, like 4 or 5 homes, and goes and shoots, and they're all Igbo residents. And it's like, what a coincidence that they're all Igbos. I mean, people are being profiled wrongly, and the government or the police assume that they're part of Ipob with no proof, and then boom, they're dead. What was it? This guy's name? I've forgotten. This northern politician who died in the southern part of the country. Within hours, investigations has been done. Everything, they found who the perpetrators are. Fine. What do? They killed them. It's like you're not even helping yourself to even prove that you found that these are the real criminals. You killed them off. So again, with anything that goes on in the southeast, they're always getting killed off, and it's just like this same pressure and this same amount of effort that you're putting into this. Could you please direct it somewhere? As in, like, direct it to. It's just so sad. It's really, really sad. And it's just like, what is going on? So obviously, like, this is, I mean, there are a lot of rumors that go on about this, but it's not gonna work. Someone says I'm gonna continue the actual article. In a show of synergy, the COS also paid a visit to troops of 211 Response Group, Nigerian Air Force, where he implored the troops to be professional and alert at all times. He appreciated them for their spirit of jointness and synergy towards tackling security in the state. Highlight of the working tour was COAS visit to the proposed military hospital Owerri and a tour of Obinze Barracks. All right. I'm guessing this is what it is now. But again, honestly, at this point, it's very obvious. I mean, again, it's like a lot of things are going on, and it's just really sad. It is so sad. But what can you do? What can you actually do? And it's just I mean, I think it's worrisome, but then it's like, what would you advise Igbos to do? Like, they're not really in a position where, first of all, out of a situation, out of a security risk, they had to form their own security outfit, and now that security outfit is now, oh, it is not authorized, da 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 da. But then again, the police there are not doing their job to save these people or protect them. So it's just like as if no matter what Igbos do at this point, or Biafrans or Ipob members, no matter what they do, it seems as if they're gonna be attacked anyway. They're literally gonna be attacked anyway. Because if they don't react to the Fulani herdsmen who could have died, they reacted. Now the police or the government is now on their case, calling them a terrorist group. But then you have Sheikh Gumi out here. I don't know who gave him the platform. You see, this is what happens. I don't know where the platform came from. The platform was given to him. People like Adamu Garba, platforms, they're given to them. They have a following, they have a presence. I don't know why. And they literally spew out, criminal. Literally, they give out advice that the government is basically going against the constitution that they claim to adhere to, saying that we should forgive terrorists and the situation of the country is very bad, and that is the reason why they cannot, because they cannot find jobs. And I'm like, excuses. I'm so sorry. I'm very, very sorry. But, I'm sorry. Do you know how the Southerners are flourishing? I'm not even like saying that they don't find resistance at all, but then they find work to do. Do you know how Lagos is? Do you know how much downfall drivers make? Do you know how much people are hawking? I mean, again, as a result of circumstances, there's some jobs that should not be there that are dangerous. For example, Okada riding and hawking on the street can be very dangerous. Even to an extent, downfall driving and all that. However, on a daily basis, I know costs are high in the country, and of course prices will be high. But then they do still make a lot of money, in which they would save up for the whole year and go back to their villages or whatever, and have a good time. I mean, the routine is basically to go finish the money and come back. But still, the thing is, like, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to undermine all these things. So because you're doing and you're terrorizing the whole country should then stop and listen to you. Are you joking? This cannot happen in the South. Something like this would be like an extra news. And if something like this to happen where, I've said it before, where the whole country will stop because the Southerners are, being criminals and all that, it is because they've made international rounds and, they've done something, very much ironically majestic, because the crime they might have committed, I mean, look at the crimes that the Southerners commit. I mean, they literally hacked into the government system and, gave themselves citizenship. Look at Hush Puppy. I mean, look, I'm not saying that these people are doing good things, but then if a Southerner is to be terrorizing, and then it would make, it would be news that would make the whole country stop whatever it's doing and focus on that. It better be something that makes international rounds. That's how it works. Listen, we have standards here. There's no excuse. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.